Picayune Wednesday. You know what that means. In our studio with us again this morning is the editor of the Picayune, Daniel Clifton, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
baby.
The new edition of the Picayune is out today. Should be on your doorsteps this morning. If you're not getting your copy, listen at the end of the interview, and we'll tell you how to go about doing that. But it is Thanksgiving, and a lot of Thanksgiving stuff in there, and we are always expecting that from the Picayune. But other stories in there, too. I noticed the headline, something about a gray line. Explain
Strong
to me
Gray
what that
Line.
is.
Yeah. What is a strong gray line is a book that was compiled by members of the West Point class of 2004. And what's important to us about this is Jason Holbrook, who was a captain in the U.S. Army Special Forces, was killed, I think 2010. I'll have to look, but he is a part of that book. He's in that book.
Oh, wow.
And last week or so, Corey Wallace, Major Corey Wallace, came to Burnet High School to present the book to Jason's parents, and in turn to the high school, so they presented it to the high school. So it was really neat, and it was a really interesting conversation with Corey, because it's like this class of 2004 from West Point lost 14 members, and it's one of the highest as far as West Point graduating classes to lose the most.
Wow,
you know, that
really?
high. And they were really concerned because they didn't want these guys to be just numbers, guys, and I think there's some women in there too, just to be numbers. And so they had gone back. Corey and the other guy that helped, Jeff Wilson, who's out of the Army now, went back and started asking all the folks from that class, said, hey, here's the list. Do you remember? If you can, do you want to share a story? And so
that's
it's a
awesome.
compilation of all these stories of their classmates who lost their lives in Afghanistan and Iraq. It's very neat.
What
And
a great
Jason
book.
Holbrook's in there.
Yeah, so read all about it in this week's edition of the Picayune. Also, we talked last week about the Walkway of Lights opening in Marble Falls. It's underway. But another big event that's going on in Llano.
Llano, Starry Nights lights up on the 27th. It's Friday night.
Yeah.
So if you didn't make the walkway, or you have, that's the great thing about these lights is you don't have to just go to one.
No.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of them. So once, hey, let's go to Starry Nights on Friday, and it's open throughout the holiday season,
It
Christmas, Santa Claus, hot chocolate. Woo!
Yeah, it all kicks off with the parade and the lighting of the courthouse, and they did a coloring contest with one of the.
Did you win?
No,
Did you
no,
get the coloring contest?
Unfortunately, no. I was disqualified.
She
because
drew
I'm too
outside
old.
the lines.
I went outside the lines, yes. But the winner of the coloring contest is going to flip the switch on the courthouse square and light that. So that'll be kicking it off, and then they're going to have hot cocoa and marshmallows for roasting that you can buy when you're walking through the wonderful display.
It's a Badu Park.
Badu Park, yeah.
Badu, is that how you say it?
Badu.
And I think they've actually almost doubled the size of the light display this
Yeah.
year. They said it's pretty big. They've added a whole bunch of new light sculptures, so it's great.
And they've got more of my favorite thing, which are the tunnels. I love the light tunnels.
Yeah.
Because you look up and you almost get dizzy, and it's just beautiful. And
So how's that different than any other
That's
day
true.
for you?
I get dizzy every time I look up.
Starry Nights in Llano. You can read all about it in this week's edition of the Picayune. And as Daniel said, there's so many areas that have the lights that you need to check out. Johnson City is another good
Yes,
one.
they start up this weekend too, I
Yes,
believe.
they do.
Yeah. They do a great job in that area. But read all about it in this week's edition of the Picayune. And also this weekend, we want to remind everybody, Black Friday is always a big deal. Everybody gets involved. Internet shopping and going out and getting in fights at the store. Big fights. But we want to talk about the Small Business Saturday.
Yeah.
That's right. Small Business Saturdays, the Saturday the 28th. Kingsland has a big production going on. Kingsland Small Businesses, they'll have specials. They'll have a vendor market down on the corner of 2900 and 1431 from 10 to 2 on Saturday.
Awesome.
But Marble Falls is also jumping on board. They're doing some neat things downtown. I think they're going to have a hayride they're going to try to connect like Main Street and the Walkway. So if you're down a Walkway or
Fantastic.
Main Street shopping and you want to go see the Walkway, there should be a hayride there, and you can jump in the hayride and go
That's
down
cool.
there.
I know, too.
Weather
that,
permitting, because everything's
Right.
about weather.
I know, too, that in Marble Falls, a lot of the participating businesses are going to have special sales, and the chamber is going to give shoppers chances to win prizes. You log on to, or tweet, you log on to their Facebook page, go to facebook.com/downtown Marble Falls, and they'll let you know when they're going to be at a certain place, and then you can play Let's Make a Deal and win prizes. So it's going to be a fun event
yeah.
and a great way to help the local community.
Yeah.
Small Business Saturday. Read all about it in this week's edition of the Picayune. And remember, it's a great day because all of the money is not going to the big corporations.
Right.
It's going to the mom and pops that own the businesses in
Right.
the area. The latest edition is out today, but if you're not getting your copy on your doorstep this morning, Daniel, tell them how to go about doing that.
830-693-7152's number. Call us, and we'll get you on the list. And if you're at Starry Nights at this weekend, and you happen to see Kay wandering around a little lost, would you bring her home for us? Would you please do that?
I'll wear a little tag or something so they know where to return
You
me.
have to put the GPS system on it. And remember, as always, ladies and gentlemen, the Picayune is
Free!
Daniel Clifton, editor of the Picayune. Happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.